The sun-soaked beaches and thrilling rescues of Baywatch made its stars household names, but reality wasn't always so glamorous. Behind the scenes, accidents and personal tragedies changed the lives of some cast members in unexpected ways. Some struggled to find their way back, while others quietly stepped away from the spotlight. Now, in 2025, where are they? How did the twists and turns of fate shape their destinies? Let's dive into their untold stories, some heartbreaking, some inspiring, but all undeniably fascinating. David Hasselhoff, who portrayed the resilient Mitch Buchanan in Baywatch, was 37 when he first donned the red trunks in 1989. His charismatic leadership and unwavering heroism defined the soul of the show, but behind the beach glow was a man battling inner storms. Hasselhoff's career after Baywatch was erratic, peaking with European fame but plunging into infamy due to alcoholism, messy public incidents, and failed attempts to revive his music and acting. He married actress Pamela Bach in 1989, fathering 2 daughters, Taylor and Haley, but their marriage crumbled in 2006, scarred by legal battles and accusations. Hasselhoff later wed Haley Roberts in 2018, yet the union, though quieter, was never free from his haunted past. He struggled with estranged familial ties, public mockery, rehab relapses, and financial missteps. Despite these, he clung to hope, often staging small comebacks. Now 73, he lives in partial seclusion in Southern California, distant from the spotlight that once adored him. His estate is estimated at $4 million, a shadow of what once was, yet enough to remind him of the tides he once ruled. Michael Newman, who played Michael Newman, the stoic lifeguard whose quiet presence anchored Baywatch, was 36 when the show launched in 1989. Unlike his more flamboyant co-stars, Newman's performance brought humility and realism. Off-screen, his life mirrored that same quiet, though it bore its share of turbulence. After Baywatch, he slipped out of the limelight, working as a firefighter and paramedic in Los Angeles. His marriage to college sweetheart Diane fell apart in the late 90s, worn thin by years of separation and personal discontent. The couple had one son, Garrett, whom Newman struggled to stay close with due to relocation disputes. Diagnosed with Parkinson's in 2006, he kept his condition hidden for years. He endured the suicide of a younger brother, a house fire that left him temporarily homeless, and financial ruin after a failed business venture. Now 72, Michael lives a modest, isolated life in a coastal town, clinging to the ocean's comfort. His estate is valued at approximately $600,000, modest for a man who once guarded a television empire. Chris Fiore, who portrayed Brad in Baywatch between 1992 and 1999, was a fresh-faced addition who brought an edge of mystery to the ensemble. Though his role remained secondary, it offered him fleeting exposure. At 25, he entered the series hopeful, but the years after proved devastating. Despite small roles in Lucky Numbers and Destroyer, Hollywood quickly forgot him. He fell into a spiral of failed auditions, depression, and disillusionment. He married stuntwoman Lori Brenner in 2001, and they had twin daughters, Mira and Lucy, but his battles with addiction fractured the family. The couple divorced in 2009 after a violent altercation left him briefly incarcerated. Estranged from his children and with a criminal record, Fiore found work as a bouncer and later as a recovery counselor, ironically helping others escape the same darkness he struggled with. He lives now in a rented trailer in Arizona, scraping by and avoiding media. His estimated estate is under $100,000. His greatest wealth, perhaps, the regret he carries daily like salt on a healing wound. Alexandra Paul, who played the principled and fearless Stephanie Holden, was just 26 when she joined Baywatch in 1992. Her role brought rare emotional depth to the series, her character strong yet vulnerable. Off-camera, Alexandra led a life of fierce activism but also deep personal loss. She married triathlete Ian Murray in 2000, Their love was intense but often strained by her career sacrifices and his emotional distance. The couple had no children, a choice Alexandra later confessed was tinged with sorrow. Her brother Jonathan's suicide in 2001 devastated her, and she buried herself in humanitarian work to cope. Arrested multiple times during peaceful protests, she remained defiant but bruised by public and private struggles. Diagnosed with breast cancer in 2019, she fought valiantly but passed away on September 19, 2023, at age 60. Her final years were reflective, filled with writing, animal rights advocacy, and attempts at reconciling with the estranged family. Her estate, estimated at $1.5 million, was largely willed to environmental causes, a fitting final act for a woman who gave her soul to both screen and justice. David Chokachi, who portrayed the steadfast Cody Madison in Baywatch, was 27 years old when he stepped into the role in 1995. His chiseled physique and stoic intensity made Cody one of the show's most admired lifeguards, embodying loyalty, strength, and emotional depth. Yet behind the scenes, Chokachi's journey was riddled with setbacks. After Baywatch, his career stalled, with fleeting roles in B-movies and short-lived TV series. He married publicist Susan Brubaker in 2004, and while the union produced one daughter, Britta Rose, the marriage was strained by financial pressures and Chokachi's battle with depression. They eventually divorced in 2018. Family life offered little comfort. His relationship with his estranged brother soured after a failed business deal, and his mother's long battle with dementia took a toll on his emotional well-being. He also faced a near-fatal surfing accident in 2010, a lawsuit over a failed property venture, and a rehab stint for substance abuse in 2013. Now 57, he lives modestly in a rented Malibu apartment, mostly forgotten by Hollywood. Though occasionally seen at nostalgic fan conventions, he keeps to himself. His estate is currently estimated at $500,000, a sharp contrast to his glory days under the California sun. David Charvet, who brought to life the charismatic Matt Brody in Baywatch, was only 20 when he joined the series in 1992. Known for his rugged looks and turbulent on-screen romances, Charvet quickly rose to teen heartthrob status. But fame proved fleeting. After Baywatch, he pursued music in France, where early success fizzled into obscurity. He married actress Brooke Burke in 2011, and they had 2 children, Heaven Rain and Shea Braven. Though once a golden couple, their marriage unraveled amid infidelity rumors and artistic frustrations, ending in a painful divorce in 2020. Estranged from his children, Charvet found solace in environmental activism, yet his personal demons persisted: battles with alcohol, a debilitating back injury, and financial woes from mismanaged investments. His father's death and an arson attack on his Malibu home in 2018 further marred his peace. Now 52, he lives a quiet life in a modest eco-home, still writing music no one plays. Once heralded as a star, he is now a recluse with an estimated estate of $1.2 million, most of it tied up in legal fees and unpaid taxes. Kelly Packard, who played the vibrant April Gaminsky on Baywatch, was 22 when she joined the show in 1997. Her character was admired for her drive and sensitivity, bringing a refreshing youthfulness to the cast. After the series, Packard tried to maintain a television presence, dabbling in hosting and minor acting roles, but her career slowly faded into the periphery. She married Darren Privet, an emergency physician, in 1997, and the couple had 4 children: Aubrey, Dallin, Hallie, and Delaney. While they outwardly projected a happy Christian household, their private life was marred by religious rigidity, financial instability due to failed investment properties, and 2 near divorces. Packard also struggled with body image issues that led to an eating disorder relapse in her 30s. Her father's suicide in 2005 and her own battle with Lyme disease drained her both emotionally and financially. At 50, she now teaches piano from her home in Idaho and rarely steps into the public eye. Her estate is estimated at $800,000, a far cry from the golden days on the beach, when dreams still felt within reach. Brooke Burns, who played the driven and elegant Jesse Owens in Baywatch, joined the show at just 20 in 1998. Her character was fiercely loyal, bringing a blend of compassion and tenacity that resonated with fans. But behind the radiant smile lay a series of deep, personal trials. After Baywatch, Burns appeared in several game shows and dramas, but her momentum halted after a near-paralyzing neck injury in a diving accident in 2005. Her first marriage to actor Julian McMahon produced one daughter, Madison Elizabeth, but ended in a bitter split amid allegations of infidelity and emotional neglect. Her second marriage to film director Gavin O'Connor in 2013 was more stable but often tested by his long absences and her lingering trauma. Burns also endured a miscarriage, struggled with anxiety, and distanced herself from her emotionally volatile mother. Though she maintains a public persona, much of her life is spent in isolation, haunted by what might have been. Now 47, she lives in a quiet suburb of Los Angeles, raising her daughter and volunteering for spinal injury foundations. Her estate is estimated at $2.5 million, largely preserved through cautious investments and sporadic television work. Erica Leniak, who played the innocent yet fiercely determined Cheyenne McLean, was just 20 years old when Baywatch began in 1989. Her character evolved from a naive rookie to a confident and capable lifeguard, embodying vulnerability and growth. Off-screen, Erica's path was far from tranquil. After a brief engagement to her Under Siege co-star Billy Warlock, she later married bodybuilder Philip Gavlia, though the union was short-lived and childless. Her second marriage to Rock Dago produced a daughter, Indiana, but the relationship ended in a quiet divorce marked by emotional distance and struggles with Erica's recurring eating disorders. Post-Baywatch, Erica's film career never regained momentum, and she battled substance abuse and depression while navigating the shadow of early fame. Her life was punctuated by 5 personal tragedies: a miscarriage, an estranged relationship with her father, financial instability in the 2000s, an eating disorder relapse in 2010, and the death of a close friend by overdose. Now 55, she lives modestly in Calgary, focusing on wellness coaching. Her estate is estimated at $600,000, a quiet remainder of a tumultuous ride through the tides of fame. Jeremy Jackson, who became a household name as Hobie Buchanan at just 11 years old, played the adventurous, surf-loving son of Mitch with a youthful charm that captured the hearts of audiences. But behind the scenes, Jeremy's life was steeped in chaos. Plagued by addiction, his post-Baywatch years spiraled into arrests, rehab stints, and a heavily publicized reality TV presence. He married Lonnie Willison in 2012, a fitness model whose life later collapsed into homelessness and drug abuse after their toxic relationship dissolved. They had no children, and their union became emblematic of Jeremy's unraveling personal life. 5 defining tragedies included a meth addiction, a 2015 stabbing conviction, financial ruin, domestic abuse allegations, and being estranged from his mother. Now 44, he attempts to maintain sobriety through fitness and motivational speaking, though stability eludes him. Once poised to be a teen icon, Jackson now lives quietly in a rented apartment in LA. His estate, battered by legal fees and poor investments, is estimated at just $150,000. Pamela Anderson, who immortalized C.J. Parker with her compassionate aura and magnetic beauty, joined Baywatch at 25 and became its most recognizable face. Her role brought global fame, but not peace. Pamela's love life read like a tabloid tragedy, married 6 times, most famously to rocker Tommy Lee, with whom she had 2 sons, Brandon and Dylan. Their volatile relationship included public fights, jail time for Lee, and custody battles. Pamela later wed Kid Rock, Rick Salomon, twice, and others, but each marriage ended in turmoil. Her post-Baywatch career was marked by failed reality ventures and activism eclipsed by her notoriety. 5 life-shaping tragedies haunted her: contracting hepatitis C, enduring domestic violence, suffering from PTSD, enduring public ridicule, and the early fame of her sons, which strained their bonds. Now 57, she lives alone in British Columbia, her activism focused on animal rights and veganism. Despite her struggles, her net worth remains substantial at $12 million, largely from real estate and residuals. Yasmin Bleeth, unforgettable as the driven Caroline Holden, joined Baywatch at 25, bringing intensity and emotion to her portrayal of a woman navigating love and heroism in the surf. But Yasmin's reality diverged drastically. After a promising career, she succumbed to a harrowing drug addiction that culminated in a 2001 arrest and rehab. Her career never recovered. In 2002, she married Paul Cerrito, a strip club owner she met in rehab, a union marked by reclusion and emotional volatility, yet they remained together, childless and largely unseen. 5 tragedies carved her life: public disgrace, loss of professional identity, multiple miscarriages, fractured friendships from her TV years, and long-term estrangement from her parents. Now 56, she has withdrawn entirely from the public eye, reportedly living in Scottsdale, Arizona, shielded from the spotlight that once worshipped her. Her estate, once bolstered by endorsements and appearances, has dwindled to an estimated $900,000. Yasmin is a symbol of a star who burned bright and faded quietly, carrying her pain away from the camera's lens. Gina Lee Nolan, who portrayed Neely Capshaw in Baywatch, was 23 when she joined the series in 1995, playing a fiery, controversial character whose manipulative traits slowly softened as she sought redemption. Off-screen, Nolan's life mirrored some of her character's turbulence. After the show, she struggled to find serious roles, often being typecast and dismissed by critics. She married twice, first to Greg Fallman, with whom she had a son named Spencer, and later to former NHL player Cale Hulse, with whom she had 2 children, Hudson and Stella. Though her second marriage lasted, it was marked by frequent separations and rumors of infidelity. She battled postpartum depression, a thyroid disorder that took years to diagnose, and a devastating miscarriage. Financial strain during career lulls nearly led to bankruptcy, and public scrutiny over her changing appearance led to anxiety and reclusion. Despite her efforts to re-enter the industry, her fame never reignited. Now 53, she spends her days advocating for thyroid disease awareness, living a quiet life in Arizona. Her estimated estate in 2025 is around $500,000, much of it tied to modest real estate and royalties from her Baywatch days. Stacey Kamano, who joined Baywatch Hawaii in 1999 as Kikoa Tanaka, was 25 at the time and brought a grounded strength to her role as one of the few Asian American lifeguards on the show. She quickly became a fan favorite, but after the series ended, her career failed to take off as expected. Roles dried up, and Kamano drifted between short-lived TV appearances and voiceover gigs. Behind the scenes, her personal life unraveled. She had a brief and tumultuous marriage to a television producer that ended in divorce without children. Her parents' bitter split in the early 2000s left her emotionally raw, and she became estranged from her younger sister. A car accident in 2007 left her with lasting back pain and limited mobility, complicating her already fragile career. She later endured the heartbreak of a broken engagement in 2015 and quietly checked into rehab in 2017 for alcohol dependency. Now 50, she lives alone in Honolulu, volunteering at local schools and writing poetry that remains unpublished. Her estate is estimated at $350,000, with most of her earnings invested in a modest beachside apartment and a few savings from early Baywatch syndication. Jason Momoa, who portrayed Jason Ione in Baywatch Hawaii, joined the cast at just 19 in 1999, his easy charisma and athleticism making him an instant standout. While he skyrocketed to global fame post-Baywatch with roles like Aquaman and Khal Drogo in Game of Thrones, his personal life was anything but stable. He married actress Lisa Bonet in 2017 after years of courtship, and the pair had 2 children, Lola and Wolf. But their relationship was marred by long separations, jealousy, and the pressures of fame. They separated in 2022. Momoa also endured a near-fatal motorcycle accident in 2013, the death of a close friend to suicide, and years of therapy to deal with his anger and childhood trauma. His relationship with his father remains strained, and he has spoken about feelings of deep loneliness despite public adoration. Though often smiling in interviews, he confesses to long bouts of depression and anxiety. Now 45, he lives between California and Hawaii, dedicating himself to environmental activism and independent filmmaking. His estimated estate stands at $25 million, much of it earned through blockbuster contracts and brand endorsements. Who is your favorite character from Baywatch? How does it feel knowing that some of the actors are no longer with us? Share your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoy this type of content, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell to stay updated on future uploads. Thank you for your support.